on over here. Come. Here we are. Need to sit higher up. Is that the highest it could? I desire to be higher. Hang on there. There is just not enough time to wait. I am late because I'm working on a very exciting project with some other artists, and, you know, we're communicating in another country, so it's kind of hard to those people. That's my excuse. That's all it is. Alright, let me stop this before commercial pops. So thank you. Maybe you're here just because you love me, or maybe you're here because the title is intriguing you, or maybe you're here to just chill and work on your Qigong because you are a lover of Qigong no matter what. So, welcome. My name is Aviva. If you've never been here before, notice your breath, notice your heartbeat, and notice why you're here. This is a really fun topic, a really juicy, rich topic because a lot of pain and suffering could be stemming from our idea of what desire is. Wanting to desire, wanting others to desire what you desire, feeling hopeful or hopeless about your desire can derail or rail your day. So, we're going to break it down today. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Notice what it is you desire today, and notice how you're feeling today. Notice how your body feels, how your energy feels, how your mind feels. I was taking a Tai Chi class the other day, and I really should remember the name of the teacher for you all and for him to give him credit, but he described energy really well. Like even just holding your own hand and feeling your energy, to get in touch with how your energy feels. Be aware that you are mostly water. So if your energy feels calm, not only is that fluid in you calm, but your movements are calm. When our movements are jerky, even the calmest waters can become turbulent. So that's why when we practice Qigong, and honestly, even if we just did 2 seconds every hour, like to still that water, our water would maintain that stillness longer. You know, it's like turning off the lights, like taking a break from the vibration of do, and just resetting for 2 seconds every hour. I dare you. So I'm just going to jump right into my intention as I wait for your intentions, because I'm going to blab a little bit while I'm waiting for your intentions. And when you share your intentions, be sure to share your name as well if it's not what the chat says it is. And if you can't chat for some reason, you can email me your intention and I'll check it in a few minutes. at Aviva and the Flying Penguins at yahoo.com. Now that is also who you would email if you want to jump on my email list and you want to say, add me to your email list, and I'll do that. It's also the email for PayPal if you wanted to throw me a tip that way. And if you want to throw me donations for class, you can do it in a lot of different ways. I'll just throw my Cash App out there. Ask me if you want to donate in a different way. My name is Aviva, and my intention is to be here for all of you today, to be present and calm and experience this Qigong energy with all of you, which is very reintegrating, very calming, very relieving of stress. And to discuss with you the study of desires. Desires. Hi, Larry. I did write a song about it years and years and years ago, like how you can sing to your desires and soothe it like a, like a knock on the door, like a crying baby, like a meowing kitty. When you sing to a baby, you soothe this baby. When you sing to a child, when you discipline a child in a loving way. And that's kind of what you're doing. It's like the inner baby inside of you, the inner child that's having a tantrum with these desires. If you're not really in touch with being okay with them and being hopeful that you can manifest them, then they can become painful because they can become hopeless desires. And that's when, singing to yourself is really great because it has a lot of layers of unmet desires from your past, from your childhood, like needs for attention, needs to be seen, needs to be heard, needs to survive, all those things. So we're just going to discuss the many layers of desires. And of course, the main issue that you might be having, which is that your desire is a liar, is a very big possibility for a lot of us. We are constantly seduced by advertising, by other people's needs, other people's desires. So is our desire truly our desire, or is it a liar? Is it someone else's desire that inoculated inside of us? Someone else's desire to sell us something, to control us, or to have us in some way, to own us in some way? So what are your intentions? And as I wait for your intentions to come through, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this idea of a liar desire. And how do you know if your desire is a liar? And how do you make peace with the desires that aren't liars, your true desires that you absolutely deserve to manifest and you absolutely can? And I do want to shout out to Teal Swan, who actually, I listened to her video about desires and I linked it in the comments below. And she had some really, really great points. I'm taking it to a little bit of a different direction, but I do want to acknowledge that I had inspiration from her because I think it's important to acknowledge the people that inspire you and guide you in any way. We're all just works in process, works in progress, right? What are your intentions today? Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats, notice your tension, relax what you can as we discuss desires. Now, I want to first talk a little bit more about greed, because in Qigong, which is the study of our essence, we are absolutely constantly battling our own greeds, which is very similar to greedy desires. Very, very similar, but it's simplified and just called a greed. And so in Qigong, the study of our essence, in Ime medical Qigong, we have, workbooks where we talk about all the different greeds that exist. There is the obvious money greed, fame greed, power greed, and there is love greed. And these greeds are pretty much like desire liars because they give you a certain sense of ego accomplishment, but they don't do anything for your spirit. They don't do anything for your spirit. Fame is not for your spirit. Like enjoying fame is is not a spirit thing. It's an ego thing. Enjoying money is not a spirit thing. I mean, having enough money is good, but the whole like flashy, rich, like throwing dollars at people, look at me, that's more of an ego thing. That's a money greed. Now, love greed is an interesting thing. It's like wanting love from someone, desiring love from someone that is not necessarily in harmony with you. So, those are all things we could talk about when we talk about greedy desires or desires possibly being liars. And the way you kind of know that these desires are not from your spirit and they're not from you is because you somehow feel smaller when you desire these things. And it's like you desire to be bigger, you desire to be more. One thing Teal said in her video was, okay, we are absolutely never ever going to get everything we desire in every moment. So, does that mean that we're going to be unhappy because we don't have these desires fulfilled? Or are we just going to recognize that desires in themselves are movement? And so, if we're going to become stagnant by thinking about what we haven't accomplished or the desires that we haven't achieved, then that's the opposite of life energy. Desires have life energy. They are not stagnant. They are That's one of the benefits of having a desire is it moves your energy. It wakes you up. Kind of like a benefit of an emotion. If you have anger, that is a great time to clean your house. It creates so much energy for you when you have these movements in this, water body. So when you have a desire, you're getting some movement and it doesn't have to be turbulent. If you see it as painful because you think you're never going to reach your desire, then that becomes very turbulent waters inside of you. If you see it as something that is motivating you, that's a great desire to have. It's full of life energy, and so are you. And so that is the goal, is to always recognize that you are full of just as much life energy as your desire. Your desire is not better than you. Your desire is not worse than you. It's a life energy like you. So if something is stagnant feeling or something feels like you're not enough, then that's probably a liar desire. If something like you're desiring something bad for you and you know it's bad for you, like just desiring like to eat a whole pizza or a whole birthday cake, that desire is probably a liar in two ways. One, you are probably burying some kind of emotion that you need to deal with. Two, you literally could have some kind of like a worm or bacteria or a yeast that's who wants to eat the cake, not you. And they're lying to you saying, if you eat this, you're gonna feel so good because they're gonna feel so good because they're parasiting off of you. Does that make sense? And that is true for even, human parasites who want to parasite off of your energy. They're going to get you to want something that they want because they might not have the power to get it themselves. They literally might not. Like they literally might just not know how to create energy for themselves. That's what human parasites do. They literally might think that they're just greedy, they want more, and so they need to use people to manifest, more of what they want because they're just one person. So that is the same thing. So I'm just going to say it one more time because some of you are just popping on. When you desire something bad for you, like something that's not serving you, like eating a whole pizza pie or a whole pumpkin pie, then it's probably a lie. Because either you are emotionally not dealing with something and your life energy isn't flowing enough in you to realize that this is not healthy for you, and you're not focused enough on your desires to be healthy, which is another desire, or you literally have worms or bacteria or yeast in you that are like, eat pie, eat pie, eat pie. Because I want to eat the pie and I'm inside of you and I can't get it until it's inside of you. And that's the same for human parasites. Of course, it's not something you ingest, but it's if they want you to do something for them, they might say it's good for you, but it's really just good for them. Okay. Make sense? So what I'm going to do, because I want to get into some movement shortly here in class, right? So what I'm going to do is we are going to do a chakra cleanse with our mudras while we're having this conversation about desire. And we're probably going to do some pelvis hip stuff in class today because our creative area is also the sexual area. So we want to maybe work on that area and the heart area, expressing ourselves, the throat, the confidence. We're just going to go through all of them. Survival stuff. We're going to start with the root chakra mudra, thumb to pinky and ring, thumb to pinky and ring. And we're going to continue to have this conversation. It's mostly me doing the talking, but do feel free to chime in because my words of wisdom are from my experiences and your words of wisdoms are from yours, and let's share that, okay? First of all, I think it's just so important, and that's why I put it in the title, to recognize what desires are liars. Because if you can let go of that, you're going to add so much joy to your life. Because yes, as humans, we tend to see our desires as something that is meant to be fulfilled right away, or we want it to be filled right away. And when it's not, there's a little energy inside of us that's having a tantrum and feels disappointed, sad, maybe derailed, maybe hopeless, maybe powerless, maybe there's a subscript going on saying, I will never get what I desire. That desire is probably a liar, then. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And so there's a couple of ways to deal with the liars besides dealing with your true desires and getting in touch with your true desires, which are absolutely seeking you as much as you are seeking them, and absolutely attainable with your powerful life energy. When you think I will never get what I want, that is your thought. That is not the energy of desire. It could be a desire liar that's getting in the way. So let's break it down. To deal with desire liars, which are causing you pain, first of all, you want to recognize the desire liar, which is realizing that if it's causing you pain, it's probably a lie. It's probably a parasite. Let's go to the second chakra now. We are going to connect our fingers together. How does this happen? Like I said, now, by the way, if you're a woman, then your thumb is on the left, is on top. If you're a man, the right thumb is on top. Okay. Energetically, unless you're on the equator, I guess. Okay. So how do you recognize a desire is a liar? And how does it even happen that a desire is a liar? Like I said, it can be advertisements. It can be a persuasive, enthusiastic person that gets you to desire something. You know, the old school, like someone starts wanting you and then you start wanting them, but you never even like had feelings for them before they started hitting on you. So maybe you desiring them is not even true at all. It comes from them. You know, if people are thinking about you in a certain way, if they're thinking, "Oh, you suck," and you start to think, "I suck." I mean, literally people's thoughts get patterned on us all the time. So if someone's thinking about you and wanting to have sex with you, you might start to want to have sex with them because their desire just came inside of you. So it's really important to constantly check yourself because it can be dangerous, you know? It can be dangerous to be seduced. How do you know besides, knowing that someone wants something from you, that a desire in you could be a liar, is that it distracts you. It distracts you from your true desires, or it just distracts you in general from feeling good. Um, if you are unable to communicate about the desire, that's a hint that it's a liar. If you feel small, like I said, if you're feeling small and tiny and like you don't matter, then yeah, that desire is messing you up. It's not a healthy desire. It's not a truthful desire. If you're feeling blocked or stopped from your own energy in any way because of this desire, liar, liar, pants on fire, burn up that desire. That's not something that your soul wants, right? Um, if you're unable to express yourself, if you just feel like your other desires are now stupid, like your other art endeavors, like if you feel less in any way, then this new desire is a liar. And there's a fine line between growing from a new desire and being stunted. Like there's constantly opportunities to grow. Like when I first found out about breath therapy, for example, and it cost a lot of money to train in breath therapy. And a part of me was like, well, this isn't really attainable. I don't know, and the sales pitches were given to me. Oh, it's going to give you this, it's going to give you that. And it felt really true to me. It felt like, yeah, that is something that I want. I'm going to make this happen. And it felt very attainable. And I felt empowered. And I went ahead and I, trained to be a breath therapist. That's like an expanding desire that was somewhat from an outside source that encouraged me to do it. But it didn't feel pushed, it didn't feel forced. It felt like, okay, I want to work for this. And working is healthy. Working for your desires is a healthy thing. If there's not a clear way you can work for your desires, then the desire is probably a liar. It's an illusion. It's not really there. It's something that you constantly reach for, but it's actually a dangling carrot. It's never enough. And that's true actually for all desires. Is like once you get it achieved, you want something else. There's it's alive. It never dies. That desire, it's like an emotion. It's like just because you felt all of your tears one day, it doesn't mean you're gonna not gonna get sad the next day about something else. It's something that you want to allow to move through you until it does its whole life cycle, right? All right, let's get to the third chakra mudra, thumb to index and ring. Hmm. So, if you had some kind of a motivation to do something, and all of a sudden that motivation doesn't exist anymore, a liar desire might have crept in, a greed might have crept in. And you find this with artists all the time. Like I remember last year I was working on some videos about ending the cannabis prohibition and I was so motivated to do them. And then when I couldn't find a sponsor for my next video, it's like I lost the motivation. And I think that I should do them anyway because I'm putting out that education and I shouldn't let that, need for or desire for money stop me, but I somehow did. Like that desire became, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, to even have a sponsor. And it just kind of like tore me down like a little bit. And I got into like an insecurity cycle instead of like focusing on, It's just a cherry on top to have the sponsor when you're an artist. Like, your art is the true desire. Sharing your excitement for creation is what's really important. So as artists, we can really get confused when money starts coming our way. And a lot of artists have even said, I would just prefer to be poor my whole life. I have a lot of artist friends who say that, because then I can just stay focused on my art and not be distracted by other things that people are dangling in my direction. So I hope that my practice of Qigong will keep me grounded enough so that I can still have plenty of money and plenty of motivation to do my art. But you never know. You got to stay focused. You got to keep your energy calm. But I absolutely, the reason why I've been stuck on my Sunday songwriting for like 2 years is because it's a sponsored Sunday songwriting. I know that's part of what it is. So having that, freedom is connected to your truthful desire. And so it's like, does someone else's desire to sponsor you, sometimes mess up with your desire to share your art purely how you would. So I got to get back on that Sunday songwriting. Anyway, confidence mudra. Any kind of spiritual path, any kind of artist path, being the CEO of your own company always has these kind of ego challenges where if you just do it and stay focused and burn through it, then you get the gift of emotionally processing whatever barrier was holding you back. And your art in itself helps you to emotionally process, you know, something from years ago that you need to work through. And that's why you've been given that gift of whatever it is. So, how do you come up with healthy desires and goals? Like, how do you recognize that? Being healthy in itself is a healthy desire, right? Um, being successful is a healthy desire as long as it's not to prove yourself to other people, right? And one thing that you can do to get in touch with your soul desires is to do a brain chart. And I'll show you those when we finish the chakra cleanses. So now for the heart, we're going to bring the index finger down to the bottom of the thumb and connect the thumb to the middle in the ring. Comes out. Feel your heart energy opening like a flower. So, before we talk about how to really get in touch with your healthy desires if you don't know what they are, let's talk about how to not be ashamed of them, because you deserve for them to be fulfilled. You deserve to have, a healthy relationship, a healthy working environment. And if you feel any shame for that, then you're not recognizing how valuable you are and how powerful you are and how worthy you are of getting all of that. So just do that. Just recognize that. Recognize that your desires are not shameful. They are beautiful. All right, let's go to our throat chakra. Left thumb up. Bring the right hand around that left thumb. Right thumb comes up. Bring the right thumb to the middle finger and hold that. So, moral of the story, doing Qigong or some kind of meditation every single day really does help you to fulfill your desires. Now, let me tell you this, if you are just focusing on and harping on how these desires of yours haven't been fulfilled, or they've never been fulfilled, or you've never gotten this or never gotten that, and you've always just wanted something that you can't get, and you think it's just so easy to blame this universe or God or every person you've been with or some other invisible force on not getting this thing that you've always wanted. How about you look back at yourself and say, why aren't I just working towards getting it? Because when you focus on not getting it, then that means you're not focusing on working towards getting it. You know, like if you were an actress auditioning for movies and you're just constantly like, I didn't get that one, I didn't get that one, and you just like got stuck in that unfulfilled desire, would you work ever again? No. You constantly need to be rejected in order to get a part. If you got all the parts that you auditioned for, it'd be too overwhelming. And that's another point. Do you have too many desires out there? And is that why they're not being fulfilled? Hi, board 24/7. Inoculated, like birthed into you, injected into you, like seduced, like someone else wanting you and then you want them. But wait a minute, you didn't want them before. All right, so what was I saying? I just had a good point. You distracted me, board 24/7. All right, all the fingertips together. Third eye. I got it. I got it. I got it. Too many desires at once. Is that messing up? Okay, so I called it here, my notes, desire overload. So if you're that person that's like, I never get this, I never get that, besides the fact that harping on that is stopping you from working towards getting your desires, take a step back and ask yourself, am I asking a little bit too much? Not that you're asking too much, not that all your desires aren't worthy of being fulfilled, because you deserve everything, you know? Like, this is like a rainbow world. Like, the universe is out to love you. But if you told the universe, I really want a healthy relationship where this person is tender and loving, and then this hot chick walks by and you're like, I want that. And the universe hears the other one louder because you've been, at that one your whole life. And then the hot chick, it's just like a fleeting desire, let's say. Then the universe might not give you that. And you'll be like, man, I wanted that. And the universe is like, but that contradicted the other thing that you wanted. So you need to get your wants, you need to decide, is that what you want? Like, I'm being loving. I'm I'm not giving you that right away because it might stop you from getting this other thing that I've been working towards giving you your whole life, and I'm about to give it to you, and this could mess it up. All right. Now connect with the divine, thumb to index. Kitty cat just walked in on that. You got something to share? You want to jump on the penguin chair? She's so cute. Are you finding any chipmunks? Yeah, here, kitty. I love you too. So many sounds. You're so funny, honey. Okay. Here's another thing about a desire being a liar. I already talked about not feeling good enough. But if you are putting what or who you desire on a pedestal, then you are unintentionally creating resistance. Then you're unintentionally telling the universe, I don't really want this. I just want to desire it because I am not good enough. Because this person, this thing, This job is better than me. That is the issue. That is why you're not getting what you really want. If you really, really want it, hey, branches. Branches' intent is to be abundant. Oh, and I forgot to check my email. Let me see if there's any other. No intentions there. We're all equal. Anyone you want is equal to you. You might think they're prettier. You might think they're richer. You might think they're more popular. But they are not better than you. All of us have something to teach each other. So if you can just remove your desires from a pedestal, that will make it so much easier for you to attain what you want. You don't have to change to get what you want. You can keep working on yourself and improving yourself to get what you want. Yeah, you can become a better communicator. You can keep on exercising. You just keep getting healthier, getting more skilled, to get certain jobs, keep on practicing your instrument. As long as you keep practicing what you desire deeply, as if, you know, you can have it in a moment, that is key. Now, we're going to do the arthritis mudra. So we're going to bring the index finger to the middle and the middle to the index, the ring to the pinky to the ring, and relax the thumbs. Now, you musicians out there who aren't getting what you want gig-wise are probably just as guilty as me in that it's really hard to motivate and practice unless you have a gig you're practicing for. So if there's no gig on the schedule, then those gigs become more on the pedestal than reality. If you're practicing every week, then it becomes second nature to just jump on a gig. No resistance there because you feel good enough. You feel ready enough. So please apply that to whatever you're dealing with. If you're not getting the relationship you want, are you really ready for the relationship? What will make you ready for the relationship? If you're not getting the job that you want, are you really ready for the job? And it might not even be a fact of, are you really ready? It might be a fact of, do you feel ready? Are you telling yourself you're not ready? And if you are, then make yourself ready. Whatever that means to you. And if there's no way to do that unless you get that external validation, that's an issue in you that really needs to, be unissued. It was issued to you at an early age, and you need to return it to the sender. The suffering that exists from not getting our desires met is actually the suffering of our own resistance to the desires that exists before not getting the desires met. And that resistance tying a knot with what you want. So it's like your own higher self, your own inner voice is resisting it and you're ignoring it. And so then you create a suffering resistance externally. All letters are created equal. I like that. So you've got to undo the knot of your resistance. That is the true suffering. It's not getting what you desire. It's you resisting your true desires by going after the desire liar or something like that. So if you have conflicting desires, which one wins? We kind of discussed that. Think about like a hologram, like if everything that you desire is projected into space, like this gorgeous painting of light, there's going to be certain overlaps and it doesn't look as clear because the overlaps are not the same. One day you might want a family with kids. The next day you want to be single the rest of your life. It's like you really can decide and put it out there and get what you want. There's a fine line between wanting other people's approval in order to maintain your desires and mind control. So you could be being mind controlled in order to desire certain things. Like, even just desiring a president to win in the United States could be from lies that are being told to you, could be from a mind control that has happened to you. Even just wanting to wear makeup or wanting to wear something that's in fashion. I mean, just be really careful. Are you doing it for other people's approval? Does it feel good to you? Are you being mind controlled? Even on a small scale, if you have a controlling boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband or even a friend can be controlling, or a boss, like, you literally might be doing something for your controlling friend's approval because you get something out of it. Like, on a very small scale, similar to Stockholm syndrome, you feel like, for my survival needs, I need this person's approval because are, I need them. So now I need to desire what they desire. You will lose yourself if you are in that relationship and you're just doing things for the other person, not because it's something that feels really good to you. And if they get mad at you for not doing what they want you to do, it is so manipulative. But you might be like, oh, I don't want them to be mad. And you get into this cycle. Been there, done that. I was with this guy once where we had to take cold showers all the time for our health and well-being. And if I took a hot shower, it meant I'd die younger. And it was like I was dating a cult leader for real. And at a certain point, it's just like, I have free will. I have a choice for my desires, and you all are free to desire what you desire. And if you ever feel at any point that that is being threatened in any way, as long as your desire is not hurting anyone else, you gotta just be like, forget that person. You don't have to not be friends with them. Just be like, I'm not listening to you when you're like this. I'm not listening to you when you think you have a right to tell me how to feel. Because I feel like this and I have no shame. I've been there the other way too. And I think it was created by the other parasites. Like, it's a vicious cycle. If you've had parasites in your life or predators who put the desire liars in you and you desire what they want, you're going to want other people in your life to desire it too, because that's easier to placate than facing the fact that you ignored your own desires. So rather than facing the fact that your desires have been squashed by a desire liar, you're going to try to be a desire liar to someone else and be like, hey, you really need to do this in your life because it'll make your life better. Everyone is free. And we all might have some control issues, but just remember that your desires are life energy in themselves, and they have a cycle. They can die and be reborn. And just remember also, if there's an unhealthy desire in you, what I'm calling desire liar, inoculated by liars, it is even more so never going to be enough. Never going to be enough. If you have a control issue and you decide to start controlling someone and being like, okay, and it stems from your own truthful desires not being satisfied. If you're like, okay, I need to get this person to be vegan, let's say. Vegan's a beautiful lifestyle. I'm not knocking it in any way, but forcing it on someone is not right. And this person becomes vegan for you. But once they do, that's not going to be enough. Okay, now they need to drink 5 glasses of water a day. And if they don't do that, that's not enough. So that's how you know it's unhealthy, because it's a never enough. Like, they might do all this stuff for you, but it's still never enough, because it's not about their true desires, and it's not about your true desires. You There's some fear in you that wants to control them, and that is kind of the fear that you're not worthy of your desires. I think it's all comes back to, like, it's like a big old circle. So don't lose sight of your deep, 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 deep desires, and the way we can get there, besides matrix therapy, is literally remembering what you wanted when you were a kid. What did you want to be when you grew up? Let's feel the chi over our eyes and relax. Let's do that a couple more times. Whew, I'm revealing a lot in this class. But I hope my sharing is just as therapeutic to you as it is for me. All right, so you guys, we have a half an hour left. We should get up and start moving. But first, I am going to show you how to manifest some of your desires with these brain charts. So you can just have, and I didn't really think these through, so these aren't really mine, but I just jotted down examples like life goals. What are your life goals? And this is I call them bubble charts, or their brain charts, because your brain, I forget the name of the person who came up with this. I learned it in college. Oh, and I just found out my mentor passed away, David Henry Feldman. Shout out to you. What an amazing soul. I probably learned this in one of his classes. He taught about the creativity of the mind. He taught about Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences and the different. It was getting there. I can't imagine how much it's progressed since I've been there, as far as recognizing vibration as. Anyway, I studied cognitive development, and in one of my classes, we learned the brain chart, and we learned the brain is not linear. It actually thinks in very secular, is that a word? Ways. And so making lists, sure, it's helpful to write things down, to have a to-do list, but when you're thinking about a broader thing, like your goals, it's sometimes really beneficial to do these bubble charts, because it's like your neurons, things branch off in different ways. So, like, for example, like, I have a life goal bubble, and then out of it, I have record 100 albums, bring hemp revival everywhere, always able to feel my feelings, tour the world with my band, dance, sing, and play every single day. This is asking for quite a lot, I know. Lots of outside time, staying fit, and feeling peace. So I know if something doesn't feel peaceful, I mean, it's not always going to feel peaceful. There's growing pains. Then it's probably a desire liar. So then you can take each thing and each goal that you have in your life and make the bubble chart for that. So, for example, like getting my band together and nurturing my band, okay? Like practicing every week, booking the gigs, you know, getting 1 to 2 new Patreons every month to pay them for rehearsals, getting a solid 30 song set list, recording, and then like the recording projects I'm doing with the different people. This just literally helps you to manifest and complete projects. I know I'm not a good example right now, but I haven't been doing these. But then you can have the personal things. You can have that love life. You can instead of complain that you're not happy with your love life, you can make a chart and help to manifest your desires with it, your love life. What do you want? Do you just want to date a bunch of people, or do you want a life partner? If you want a life partner, what qualities are important to you in that life partner? See, if you do this, then you'll be able to not only recognize the red flags of someone you're dating and not waste their time, but you'll also just be acknowledging your own worth and realize that you don't, like, realize that there's a specific thing that you're looking for and you don't have to settle for less than what you're worth, right? So adventurous, patient, and then, even though you might not have a relationship that you're working on, because believe me, once you get to that relationship, you're going to have a whole other bubble dealing with all the relationship issues that you might be having. But if you want to if you want, like, are you even making space for your love life? Are you even like there's certain feng shui things you can do. You can put little double things showing that you want your twin, you want to do the two thing, or are you really just enjoying being solitudinal? Um, if you really want to manifest more love life stuff, then you can start doing that with yourself. Like start having dates with yourself, like girl time or guy time, whatever you do, like the belly dance classes, the arts and crafts. Like if you're like bringing out your femininity or your masculinity and however you're doing it, and I know that might sound whatever it sounds, um, but if you're looking for that partner to complement you, then you want to get comfortable spending time with yourself and nurturing yourself in the ways that you want to be nurtured. Get a nice bath. The more you know how to nurture yourself, the more you can welcome that in. So, anyway, let's stand up. I hope that all this talking was inspiring in some way because we didn't do a lot of moving, but sometimes talking is just as important in getting our energy right. Y'all, the 15th. The 15th is the end of Mercury retrograde. So, question is, are you freaking out? Is it freaking you out because you don't know how to deal with all this subconscious stuff and you're just so type A? Do you need some help doing some inner child work? Because I'm here for you. You can book a session with me. I've got probably 3 slots available in the next couple of weeks. So hit me up. All right, we're going to stand up. We're just going to do the beginning of chaos, the yin hand, which is right for women, left for men, under the belly button, the yang on top. And we're going to shake. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. Shake. Shake, shake, shake. So, to sum it up, once you realize something is a desire liar, the next challenge is to let it go and not desire it anymore. You could do it. You just have to make a conscious decision and say, I don't desire this. I don't want to whatever. Bring the bottom hand out, top down, and shake, 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 shake. And come to stillness. So we're going to just do the beginning of the Qigong form, rocking back and forth, letting the left shoulder down and then gently release it back up. Opening up that throat energy. It really is similar to an addictive drug, the liar desire. It's like you don't desire it until you get a little taste of it, and then you're like, I need more. But healthy desires can be like that too. But they don't cause that suffering, that intense suffering. Roll that left shoulder back. Any questions? I talked a lot. Please put your questions in the comments below because I know a lot of people will be watching this after the live. And if you liked what I've been sharing, please do like this video and consider sharing it and subscribe. But everything is like a workout. You might desire to have a nice butt, but if you're not working out, why are you going to be pissed about it? You can just be pissed about it and hopeless about it, or you can do squats every day. Your choice. Letting the arms float down, heart area. If you're just focused on the outcome, checking, did I get this? Did I get that? Did I receive this? Then you're not working towards actually getting the outcome. You gotta let go of whatever the outcome is. Just keep working towards what you want. Committing, self-discipline. I need some water. 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 It's true. A lot of depression comes from not only feeling like your desires were not met, but feeling like they never will be. Don't give up. And check. Make sure that you understand what your desires even are. And maybe even write a list of all the ways your desires have been fulfilled and how it's still never enough. Because you always got to have that desire. You always got to have something that you desire. I think that's part of like the whole having a nice dinner together every single day. It gives you something to desire every day, something to look forward to. You know you're going to have that meal and you start desiring it. Baby, 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 do you want to say hi to all the beautiful people? Baby, baby, thanks for saying hi. I love you. You smell like a car. Were you just hanging out under my car? Hi. All right, we're gonna sway back and forth now. All the way to the right, all the way to the left, keeping those feet on the ground. Now we're going to just lift the toe of the right foot and put it back down. When you sway to the left, lift the toe of the left. So we're just getting a nice stretch in the calf and the toes. So, a really important point that I didn't even say really clearly in this whole little desire conversation is that I called it a healthy desire, I guess, but be aware of your needs. A lot of times we think about what we desire, but we don't think about how our needs are being met or not. And sometimes even having a desire could stop you from fulfilling your need. So you have a need to eat, healthy, to exercise, to, have stability, to have shelter, but sometimes when you desire, like playing the lottery, like if you desire $1 million, you might throw $20 that you needed for dinner towards a lottery ticket. And then if you don't get the money, then you also don't get your needs met. So that's just a good general analogy of, are you getting your needs met, and can you celebrate that, and can you celebrate gratitude for that, and have joy for that, even though you might not have these grandiose desires fulfilled. Yes, you can. You can do it. And I think Tai Chi and Qigong fulfill a very basic need to not only relax in the body and mind and spirit, but also to be self aware of what's going on up here and here, and having that confidence. Okay, a couple more. Okay. So now we're going to do the alchemizing humanity part of the Wuji Gong, because we're going to get that pelvic area activated, that second chakra. So we're going to bring the hands out about 2 fists away, bend the knees, and you're going to rotate the hips in a circle all the way around, relaxing that lower back, keeping those knees bent. Yeah, happy birthday to all you Pisces out there. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Branches. Can you elaborate? Oh my gosh, y'all. For work yesterday, I transplanted dandelions. I don't even know if it's going to work, but my client wanted me to do it. Woo, my back from all that digging. All right, other direction. Hey, beautiful creature. Hi, your eyes look like they have eyeliner on them. All right, shake it out. Okay, so now we are going to do an even wider circle. Okay, so widen your legs and bend your right knee, and then bring out your hips and bend your left knee. A really big circle. Really stretching those hips. Put your arms however you want. Okay, I get what you're asking, Branches. Let's finish this movement and then I'll talk. I feel like I can't talk at the same time, but I got an answer for you for sure. Did we go the other way yet? Let's go the other way. So the other thing is if it's not coming completely from you and your energy, like as far as it being someone else's desires, I'm going back to the desire conversation and then I'll get to your question, Branches. Is that it's just, if it's not 100% coming from you, then it's not authentically what you desire. And so it might mess up your ability to get everything you desire. So if you're just doing something because someone else told you to, it might be messing up with your mojo, if you know what I mean. Unless you like doing, unless you like being submissive. All right, other way again. Really opening up those hips. Okay, so let's do standing ready position as I answer your question, Branches. Feet shoulder width apart, relax the arms to the side, let the shoulders relax, let the underarms open, the hands are facing back. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I think that I can answer your question really, really simply. When I was a kid, I did Qigong and Tai Chi before I knew what it was. I would make my energy move, I would make my knee shake. All of that is still considered Qigong and Tai Chi. Tai Chi is it's just a name. It's like the sun was still shining before we came up with the word for the sun. I mean, that's a little bit of a different, it's a little bit of a stretch comparatively because the sun just does its job. It's just the sun. It just exists in itself. I'm just Aviva. Like I would exist whether my name was Aviva or something else. So, yes, there's all kinds of different Qigong forms and Tai Chi forms that we can all just create organically. And it comes from within an organic human movement and study of our energy. And that energy would be there whether or not we called it Qi. And those movements would be there. But when we put it all together in a package in a story, then it's like other people did the work for us, and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing to learn about Qigong and Tai Chi through people who decided to give it a name. But I'm sure there's some indigenous cultures who don't call it Qigong or Tai Chi and have something similar, I would imagine. Is that a good answer? All right, ready position. I have something tickling me, my leg. Okay. Shake that out. Let's just do some cranes for the heart, lifting one knee, raising both wings, bringing the foot down, and bringing the wrists across each other. Back and forth, feeling that balance. Now, when you bring that foot down, empty out that other leg until it's completely empty, and then it just floats up. So well balanced. And you bring the foot down as you cross the wrists and empty the other leg so that there's no weight on it. And so it easily comes up as the wings spread. You can go as high or low as you want with that knee. You can even just lift your heel. Heart energy. Keep your head right over your neck right over the shoulders. Make sure you're not jutting out. I also want to add as like the cherry on top about the desire conversation. Sometimes other people's needs projected on us because of our love and compassion. If we don't understand how to give them what they need, we might start desiring them because we want to help them. And it can be confusing. And so it's really important to ground. And I think the reason why we do that as humans is because we actually love each other and we're all like a human family of love. But because that's not like socially accepted in some ways, love in our minds is replaced by sexual desire. And so we might sexually desire people that we actually just want to love and nurture as a brother or a sister. And I think that's really healthy to look at. Like, how can we really be nurturing to each other as brothers and sisters without any sexual desire getting in the way? And if it develops later on, okay. But if it develops too quick, I know that that can be very um, turbulent for some relationships. And it could be that it's actually a craving to connect deeply and protect each other from something, anything. So it's okay, of course, to pay attention to the desire, but also ask, is there something else going on here that I'm misreading? Is there another way I can support this person without jumping their bones? Energy is energy. Very good craning. Hold your heart. Done a lot of heart processing today, a lot of talking. So surround yourself with love. Feel that connection. And I wish you the best today. Please let me know in the comments how your journey is as far as your relationship to desire, and how has that improved relationship improved other relationships in your life. You are so valuable and so worthy. I appreciate your commitment to this class and our Qigong relationship. And I hope to see you Monday at 11:30 for the next one, or in person at Golden Drops this Saturday, 3 to 5. Next Saturday, I will be at the Morningside Farmers Market at 9:30. Which means my kitty cat gets to get some chicken livers. It's been a minute. Any questions? Anything you want to share? Thank you for all of your donations. I appreciate it so much. And just all of your presence here today. Thanking all the lineage holders. Thank you. 谢谢荣氏. Thank you, all the teachers. Thank you. 谢谢老师. Especially you, David Henry Fellman, wherever you are. And fill yourself with gratitude and compassion and spread this out to the whole entire metaverse, multiverse, universe. Okay. I will see you when I see you. You're beautiful.